What really gives all languages their uniformity is, of course, writing. And what gives writing its huge modern power is the invention and spread of printing. Printing was invented in Gutenberg, Germany, around 1435. It's often regarded as the most seismic technological change Western culture has gone through. Printing marks the beginning of the information age.
It's extraordinary looking at this simple piece of technology to think of what a revolution it brought about. This isn't 15th century, but it worked in exactly the same way. And because this device made it easy to manufacture books in large numbers, it became very hard indeed to control the spread of ideas. And print favoured the language of the people. English was pressed into service.
And although Latin was still the language of religion and scholarship, when Caxton introduced printing to England, he got straight on with making books in English. Chaucer's Canterbury Tales and Malory's Tales of King Arthur were his best sellers. But English was still a fluid and regionally difficult monster, and Caxton worried about how to achieve a common standard that will be understood and read by all.
Certainly it is hard to please every man, because of diversity and change of language. For in these days, every man will utter his communication in such terms that few men shall understand them. But in my judgment, the common terms that be daily used ben lighter to be understood than the older and ancient English.
Caxton tells us that he's translating Virgil from a French version, but he doesn't know which English word to use for eggs. He tells a story of some merchants from Northumberland who are away from home and visit a house in Kent to buy food. One asks the woman for eggies. She tells him she doesn't speak French. Another asks for the same thing with a different plural, eieren, which means eggs in the dialect of Kent, and he gets them. So which word should Caxton choose for his translation? He settles for eggies, and so now do we. So it's printers, as much as teachers and writers, who decide on a lot of words and their spellings. And although it was writers like Chaucer and Wycliffe who had established a dominant dialect, it was Caxton's publications that consolidated the gains which would eventually be made permanent by the English Bible, which in Tudor times, thanks to printing, reached everyone who could read. The scene was set for the creation of probably the most influential book there's ever been in the history of language, English or any other.